Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. Welcome. I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge. Thanks so much for joining me. I absolutely love being here with you. It is a fantastic Friday. Hope you're off to a great start of your day. You know how I start each of my day. It's my favorite spot. We'll pop that up over my left-hand shoulder there, folks. And always take yourself to a place of strength when you're making decisions, you know, because we're constantly making decisions. We're constantly being attacked by the universe to answer questions. Oftentimes in the market, we're trying to figure out, where is that market going to go? Well, folks, there are no failures in life, only outcomes. Right now, and what we're going to be taking a look at today is, what is the outcome of the S&P? Right now, it is trying to attack its high out from the from about the 8 o'clock time frame on February 15th. You know, we'll take a look at that. We can take a look at anything you'd like. You can always give me a call, 877-927-6648. On the front page of the USA Today says, Leap of Faith launched by Newstar. They're talking about Lynn, if you will. You know, Lynn's Sanity and Lynn-tastic. And what's really cool about that, actually, is that leap of faith. You know, and this week we talked a little bit about potential, action, beliefs, results, if you will, just that little spiral of success, as I call it. And oftentimes, in fact, almost every time, you've got to be able to take that leap of faith. That's what it's all about. So make sure when you spend a little time this weekend and figure out how it is you want to get to where it is you're going, from where you're at to where it is you want to go. Make sure you identify your potential, figure out what action you've got to take, and make sure it's massive action, folks. You'll get results, and that will just simply create a belief structure. Everybody in New York believes, and it's going to be a good sports weekend. So we'll see how the New York Knicks do, and also how my Detroit Red Wings do. They are playing at home again tonight, so they are trying to extend their record, just like the record moves, if you will, that we've had in the stock market. Yesterday, you finished up 123 points in the Dow. Right now in the futures, you're up about 40 points. ES Mini up 3. NASDAQ futures are flat. Russell's up a couple of points. King dollar down 13 ticks. You got gold trading out at $1,735 an ounce. That's up $6 from the close. You've got silver trading up 23 cents. That's up at $33.60. Light sweet crude, it is inching its way up. It's at 103.31. It's getting ready to attack a little swing point up there. Maybe it already did this morning. We'll go take a look at that as well. Again, 877-927-6648. A quick look around the worlds, folks. Worlds. How about just a look around the world? You got the DAX. DAX is up strong right now, up 93 points. It is at its A to B equals CD point. Again, take a quick look at that chart, see what that is doing. And you can see it started in ABC up, folks. It did that starting in September 2011. The A point down there is 49.65. It made its B point on October the 28th. In our markets, we're taking a look at the swing point, as you know, of October the 27th. B point on the DAX up at the 64.30 area. It retraced. It was probably at 0.618. I don't have that measurement tool up here right now, but it retraced back to November 25th, the day after Thanksgiving, when all the markets made a fairly significant low on light volume, if you will. The low on the DAX was at 53.66. That was your C point. A to B equals C to D. Takes the DAX right to where it's trading right now. It's trading out at 68.44. 68.32 is the completion of that. And the DAX is taking on its swing point high from February the 9th, where it actually completed that pattern. That swing point high, 68.38. So you're trading up about 6 points above that. If we go take a look at the FTSE, let's do that here real quickly. You got the FTSE, where we go? FTSE is trading up right now, 29 points, so not really much of a move there. We'll take a look at, the FTSE. What's interesting here is that the FTSE, that's the index in UK, folks, that the FTSE has not been able to complete its larger ABCD. Now, the larger one that I'm talking about in the FTSE is going back to August 9th. Remember in the DAX, we were talking about the September time frame. In the case of the FTSE, you'd be going back to August the 9th. That's when our markets also made an important low. And the full ABC completion on that is up in the 6,029 type area. You're only trading out at 59.13. So in the UK, much like we've done here in our markets, if you will, we'll go back and take a look at our markets. It's been a sideways move ever since that move up 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago from today. What is today? Is the 17th, and it was on February 3rd. So we've been 10 trading sessions, or at least, well, in the case of the FTSE, 9 additional trading sessions, 10 trading sessions, if you will, still trading right near that high that was put in on February 3rd. That was a big candle that was out there. That was after, everybody was put back to work in the United States. And the high out there on that February 3rd candle was 59.01. You're trading right now at 59.16. That's close enough for me. You can see just simply been trading in a sideways trading range. That is on the FTSE. Let's take a quick look up in Asia. I just deleted that chart. That's okay, folks. You delete it, you can get it back. Let's go take a look at the Hang Seng. We'll punch the Hang Seng up here. That was up 214 points last night. What's the Hang Seng doing? Ooh, the Hang Seng makes a 2.618 expansion off of this swing point here from December 7th. That, folks, that is an elastic rubber band. That is, and you want to understand the Fibonacci expansion and contractions between swing points. So you got 2.618 expansion, again, off of the December 7th high out there. The December 7th high was 1942. That 2.618 would be taking the 1942 minus the low that was put in on December 19th, that low of 1782. Go ahead and multiply that times 2.618, add that to the bottom here, and boom, you'd be right up in that 21,491 range. What else do you have? You've got, look at this, you've got some 786 retracements here as well coming to that area. You've got a little bit over a move of a move. That is in the Hang Seng. But let's take a look at the ABC. So did the Hang Seng complete an ABC? You'd be going back to October 4th in the Hang Seng all the way up to October 28th. Bring that down to November 25th. And what you'll see is the 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D would take the Hang Seng up to 21,722. You closed, you got up to a high yesterday at 21,546. So it has just a little bit of work to complete that A to B equals C D pattern. And my work is complete right now. Let's go take a quick look at the Nikkei. See what the Nikkei did last night. It was up 146 points. That has been on a little bit of a charge here. Let's take a look at the Nikkei. Nikkei gaps up last night. And let's just clean this up here a little bit. That was a little bit of extra house cleaning that we did. Let's go take a look at, see what we've got when we take a look at swing points. So this is interesting. On the Nikkei, if you come back to the high out on July 22nd, oftentimes we'll take a look at July 22nd as a swing point in our market. That's why what I really want you to understand is how it's really a one world market, if you will. And that's why we like to take a look at Asia, see how they traded last night, why we want to take a look at Europe, then we come back to our futures, if you will. In the case of the Nikkei, off of the July 22nd high, it made a 0.618 retracement last night. That coming in at the 93.84 level. Now, if you go back to the swing point here from October 31st, happy Halloween, if you will, and you take that high out there, that was 91.52. From that swing point, which is measured all the way down to the lows of November 25th, again, the day after Thanksgiving, the low that the Nikkei put in was down at 81.35. Well, that expansion from that swing point, that set of swing points, a 1.272 expansion came in as well. So you got a 1.272 and a 0.618. You did do a gap up here. It would be normal to do a retracement. So it's up against some pretty decent resistance, if you will. And now the Nikkei, Asia, they'll be trading. Europe will be trading on Monday. We will be closed in our market. So, have to watch and see what happens there. When we're closed over holiday weekend, oftentimes that can be a trend changer. So, we'll take a look. So that's over in Asia. The Shanghai was only up a point last night, so no reason for us to go take a look at that. So let's go punch over here, take a look at the ES Mini. Let's take a look at that 30-minute chart and see what it's trying to do right now. It's trading up about 3.5 points. It is attacking the area here from 8 in the morning on December the 5th. The high out there, 1358. You're trading at 1358.25 right now, not with any significant volume or anything. It did make a high at about 7:30 this morning, got up to a high of 1358.75. And if we take a look at, so where would be the stops? Let's go over to the daily chart on the ES Mini. Let's go take a look at the index futures here on the ES Mini. I'm going to punch that up on the screen. And what we're taking a look at here And I'll show this also on the S&P 500 on the index up there. What you can see is the ES Mini has been trading inside this ascending wedge pattern that we've got here. Look at how it has really stayed in here. When you take a look at yesterday's actions, folks, and take a look at how this little cone is narrowing. The ES Mini staying inside there, tried to punch through early in the morning, but you had the bulls take control yesterday fairly early on, push it all the way up to 123 points in the close. But where is the ES Mini trading? It's trading inside this range. It's important to understand this pattern. This pattern typically resolves itself to the downside. Well, where would the downside be? Well, first, if you just simply take a look at the ABC that's out there, you'd come into the October 4th low. You know, we've been taking a look at that when we went around to Europe, when we went to the FTSE, when we went over to Asia, and A to B equals C to D on the ES Mini takes you up into this 1388 range. So has just a little bit higher to go to complete that pattern. Folks, that would take you right over here to the May 2nd highs. May 2nd highs are at 1373.50. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes here. Look at what the cat dragged in here. Wow, a real cat. A real tiger. Not a cat. It was a tiger, folks. Yep, we got Tom O'Brien joining me right now at at the 9:24 hour. Thanks for joining. Thanks for sitting there.
Absolutely. We may have some action coming from South Africa. We'll see.
Okay. All right. So we're just planning just in case we get a phone call.
Just in case you get a phone call.
Yeah.
We're growling and prowling around the world right now, folks, and
which is cool.
Yeah, that's right. No doubt about it.
Very, very cool. So as we come back, folks, you've got the Dow futures trading up, still in the 40-point range. The ES Mini up 3, and it's pretty flat on the NASDAQ, and small caps up a couple. Now, what I do have up on the screen, before we went to break, we were taking a look at the ES Mini, and what I do have now is the S&P index, and you can see we're taking a look at still this ascending wedge pattern here that has formed, really going back into the lows from November 25th, and that's the bottom line that I'm showing here. And I'm taking the highs off of the December 5th time frame. That's really the first touch point that I've got. Then the next touch point that I use is coming in on January the 26th. And you can see how the ES Mini, or the S&P 500, I should say, has been traveling inside that range, even as I bring it out. And so what is so interesting is you take a look at yesterday's action, and yesterday's action trading still with inside that narrower and narrower and narrower range. Now, these patterns here, they resolve themselves to the downside 90% of the time. And what you've got with the with the S&P is it did get into the swing point yesterday, the May 2nd swing point, got in there. The low there was 1358.59, closed out at 1358.04. How about the volume? What was the volume like on the S&P yesterday? Do you recall?
Yeah, no, we
I know that's okay. No, he's in the middle of making sure he gets everything up. So that's okay.
All right. That's all right.
No, that's okay.
We can get this.
I think it was light. Was lighter volume coming into the swing point?
ES. Oh yeah. It was a lot lighter.
Okay. Yeah. So it was a lot lighter, folks. So you did come in. You did come in on the bottom of that swing point. You tested it. You rejected it. And we'll see what it's going to do today. Just had a little punch up here in the Dow futures, up 60 points right now. So I don't know what the necessarily what's behind that. Well, sure I do. King Dollar. It's King Dollar. That's got to be what's behind it. Down 17 ticks right now.
Yeah, it's the correlation's that tight. There's no doubt. Well, what's interesting is that so now we're up 6 S&P points. Okay, so 550. Because the way Europe is trading, we should, half hour ago we should have been up 12 to 15. So there's divergence. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, you get the DAX up 108 points, 109 points right now.
And what you're going to have this is pretty cool. So watch what happens there, folks. Now this is where the volatility comes in, because on the open, the future expires. The cash.
Okay.
So this is where on the volatility, there's a whip around here in a heartbeat. Okay.
Yeah.
Bang. One's going to expire, and then of course we get option X. So all you bulls out here, you have the shot to bring it up with volume. So we'll see where this shakes and bakes. But
Now, I've got the 120-minute chart on the euro out here, and the euro is up underneath. Well, no, it's not even up over it. What it's really doing, folks, it's inside this swing point on the 120-minute chart, coming back to the February 14th time frame, and the high out there on the euro is at the 132, 147. Let me just come back and put this on a daily for us to take a look at. Because really, when we take a look at King Dollar, so much of it is really about the euro. And, what the euro is actually doing here, and this is what I want you to also understand. Let's take a look at, so the euro makes a high on the daily chart on February 9th. And that, came off really strong off of the bottom from February 16th, the low down there in the 126 range, makes it all the way back up to 133. So at that stage, folks, it starts retracing back. And it starts retracing back, and that's the lines that I'm showing here. And their first retracement level is 0.382. You can see how the euro comes back into that 0.382, and it's a normal place for it to stop and hold. It just simply works that way. Passengers just simply get off the train, if you will, at that stage. Yeah. And so it's doing what it is supposed to be doing, which is now bouncing back up. And if we take a look at that area, so I'll take the Fibonacci tool that I've got, take it from the high that was put out there on February 9th all the way down to the low that was put in yesterday. The low yesterday was 1.29733. And what you can see is you're trading right now at that 0.618 area. 138, 1.38 and change. We're trading out at 131.9 right now. So it's trading right at that 0.618 area. Now, you had a pretty powerful candle yesterday because it truly, rejected, the lows that were put in there, moved higher. That's what put all the energy in our markets yesterday. But King Dollar only down 18 ticks right now, and as you said, the little divergence going on.
I wonder what's hitting the NASDAQ. It's not Apple yet.
Yeah.
The NASDAQ was powerful yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, NASDAQ's only down a point, but it's going to be a wild one, folks. Option expiration.
We'll be right back, folks. 877-927-6648.
In the world of financial markets, there's a new player in town with an exciting new way to trade the markets. Nadex now offers binary options as well as bull spreads in a wide range of indices along with commodity and forex markets. With as little as $100, you can gain access to a new way to trade global financial markets while guaranteeing that your risk will always be capped. Nadex allows you to multiply your trading opportunities in ways never imagined before and access markets you once thought were out of reach. With short-term trading opportunities available, including binary options expiring each hour the market is open, Nadex allows you to take advantage of a variety of market conditions regardless of volatility or market direction. Now is the time to take advantage of this exciting new market. Don't let this trading opportunity pass you by. Open your account today by clicking on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Nadex, a better way to trade.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report, with over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar. The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. TFNN has an exciting announcement. As part of our Go Long America contest, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes will be hosting 4 live in-person workshops that are absolutely free to attend. Denver on February 21st, Spokane on February 22nd, San Francisco on February 23rd, all from 6:30 till 9:30 in the evening, followed up by Boston on Saturday morning, March 3rd. Steve Rhodes will show you how to understand the power of 1% and how to master probability, along with avoiding getting stopped out of trades early, while Tom O'Brien will speak about the intense trading power of Tiger Gartley and butterfly patterns. All of these workshops are completely free to attend. Come see Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes live at one of these free workshops as part of the Go Long America Tour. For more information and to reserve your seat today, visit the front page of TFNN.com and click on the Go Long America Tour banner.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
You got the Dow up 40 points, S&P's up 4, composite flat, if you will. You could go water skiing. You could go barefoot water skiing on the composite right now. You got the Russell 2000 up 2 points. Apple up $3, trading out at 505. On the way down, you've got Gilead Sciences. They are GILD as the ticker symbol on that. That's down 14% right now. That is down 8%. That is the drag on the NASDAQ.
That's the culprit.
That is the culprit. You found the dog of the NASDAQ, and we've got that screen up on my chart here right now if you're taking a look at it. And so you take a look at so far this morning, it has gapped down on some pretty heavy volume. You're already down 18 million shares on the gap down this morning. That's pretty heavy duty. That's heavy duty.
And what happens with Gilead, folks, is that the weighting inside the NASDAQ anyway is a weird weighting, okay? So that Gilead is a big weight and always has been.
Yeah.
And that is an equity that comes out of nowhere, even on the way up and on the way down. And today when we were looking and saying, what's going on with the NASDAQ? Right. Because you had Apple up, and bottom line is that Gilead will take it apart.
Yeah.
It's just really amazing, actually. And what it is there, they had a bunch of patents that relapsed, and I haven't read the whole story yet. I'm not sure whether they dropped the ball on it, or a relapse of a patent means that you just are not using it. I'm not sure. I haven't read the story yet. But bottom line,
one thing we know the investors behind it, or the big money behind it, is saying, I think I'll get out of Dodge.
They're in shock,
here, right?
They're in shock. Well, because it's a hepatitis drug, and the drug is big dollars.
Yeah, and where it's headed to. So it's at least on the daily chart, the first area of support on this thing, it hasn't gotten all the way down there, is going to be the high volume day, 73 million shares on April 21st, and high out there is 42.50. So we'll see if it wants to get down there. So it's trading up a bit right now, but a lot of volume just in the first 6 minutes of trading. First 6 minutes of trading, you have already done 19 million shares. So taking on 70 million shares, that is not going to be a problem.
No doubt. And Apple's having this is a fundamental deal, folks. But Apple's having some problems in China right now. They have the first get-go that I saw come across the tape a couple days ago is that there's a company in China that has the iPad name.
Okay.
And they went to court in China. It's a Chinese company.
Okay.
And they went to court in China, and first they did it in a small, not a small, there's no such thing as small cities in China. And they got the court to say that, hey, bottom line, you got to stop using the name. That happened 3 days ago.
Apple has to stop using the name.
Because they actually have the,
okay. Yeah.
But now what happened the last 2 days?
Yeah.
Apple went over to Amazon and said, we will stop selling them in China because we have a problem.
Okay.
So now what's going on, Apple, and the Internet, they stopped selling them in China.
Yeah.
This morning what has happened is that their bottom line is that there's a lot of cities that basically their companies going to the courts and they're shutting down.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. You think what an interesting dichotomy there, because you got the Apple product being basically totally being made over in China.
Yeah.
So how much revenue does that put into the manufacturing over there?
It's
where's the leverage points here? It's kind of like, wow.
Trademark dispute. Okay, so they just won something in Hong Kong, but bottom line is that's not, Hong Kong is still not China.
Yeah.
So this is going to be all about a payoff, folks. Apple's going to have to come up with some big money.
Yeah. And I think in China they have a few bucks.
They have a few dollars,
don't they?
and they're going to have to come up with it quickly. Could you imagine? I mean, because the press is that there's lines everywhere. I mean, they're having riots in China for Apple products, right?
Yeah, right.
And I believe this just has to do with the iPad, though.
Okay, right.
I think the iPhone, that's probably the lines, So
yeah, we had a comment from the den as we were taking a look at Gilead. Said, "Now that's an island reversal, huh?"
Oh man,
look at that. Look at that. It is about as sick as I've seen.
That is sick. That is no doubt that is sick.
Yeah. And if you take a look at it. If we just let's just take a quick look at a monthly chart out here. Well, let's go to the weekly. Actually, I'm going to go to the weekly chart out here. And what Gilead was doing, folks, is it was coming in on the weekly chart, coming into its August 08 swing point highs. The high out there was 57.63, the low 55.67, and that had 30 million shares. And you got into that swing point with some volume. Now, you tagged it and you rejected it, but you came into it with 59 million shares. So, initially it was saying, hey, you still had the juice, wanted to maybe go back up there, but apparently not.
No.
Apparently not. This could do some, pretty big damage with the type of volume that they've got.
Oh, it's taken apart in spades. Yeah. No doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I'll go ahead and pull up Apple for us here, folks, real quickly, so I can find that, just see what Apple is doing. Trading up a few bucks today. Let's see, I've got Apple up $3. And so not really much, happening out there. You had some pretty decent volume yesterday, after the downdraft, if you will, after coming off of its highs on February 15th with 53 million. You went up yesterday with, 33 million. You went up on lighter shares, but you still were going up after, you still had some decent volume.
Yes.
Because, it made a move. It gapped up on February 9th with 31 million. So the way this thing is trading, let's go ahead and put this on a intraday chart. Let's just take a look at a 30-minute chart out here on Apple, see what the volume is looking like here. Just the normal retracement now from the highs that Apple had put in on the 30-minute chart down to the low that was put in at 10 o'clock in the morning on the 16th. Right now it looks like Apple wants to head up to the 511 area. The reason I say that, folks, is because you're up above the 0.382 retracement. And so the normal stop would be 511 area. Now at 511, what you're going to be running into, and what it's really running into right now, is that downdraft that took place during the 30-minute session. Between 12:30 and 1 o'clock a couple of days ago.
Right.
Right.
And it's going to be interesting to see, how is that going to get handled? And right now, I get the wrong one up. I just had SHLD up. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, that's it, baby. That's it right there, isn't
right?
it? Oh man, yeah.
It's good. That's where it's
506.77. That's the number. 4.2 million on the way down, and that's the number. In the first 10 minutes, you had a good first 10 minutes, 2.8.
Yeah.
But that's going to be the number right there. That's ice.
Yeah. Hey, let's go to our first caller. Let's go to Mike in Pittsburgh. Mike, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. Maybe Mike is not out there. So if Mike is on the line, we'll get him patched through to us. You are there.
You got the wrong guy. This is Tom in Pittsburgh.
Oh, Tom in Pittsburgh. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm your only listener in Pittsburgh.
No, can't be.
No, I'm the only one in Pittsburgh. I also think I'm the only one in Pittsburgh that bought Tom's book.
No. In fact, you know what? I got to get you the name of the right outside Pittsburgh. There's we get some friends down here, but I got to get you the name of there's a couple big sports bars up there that the Joyces own. That they listen to me, and in fact they put me on in the bar.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I gotta get that name. It's a riot because when they come down here, these people are sports fanatics. Oh man.
Oh, that's great.
And they're really good. They But anyway, yeah.
They probably have only 2 colors.
Oh,
Black and
listen.
gold.
There's no doubt about it. When I go down, their sister and her husband, they're friends of Angie and I's, and there's no doubt about it. When we go to their house, football season, what do they call those rags? What do they call them?
Terrible towels.
Yeah, they're everywhere, man. I mean, they're everywhere. They have 5 children. Everyone's wearing them. I mean, oh yeah, no, it's a big deal. There's no doubt.
Yeah, I got to tell you something. My grandfather, I'm Irish and Italian.
Yes.
Okay. My grandfather came over from Ireland, of course, and said he was good friends with Art Rooney.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so
that's good.
Anyway, that was a while back.
Well, do you? This is a pretty wild story. Do you remember the miracle priest for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
The miracle priest.
John Duggan, that's his name.
Okay.
Father John Duggan.
Yeah.
When they were winning all the Super Bowls, right? He was the chaplain, and I know him. I know him well.
Oh, that's cool.
And
that's
I've never met Mr. Rooney, but he brought me to the Super Bowls. We're going all the way back, a long time ago. But yeah, this guy was from Dublin, the priest. Mm-hmm. He met the Rooneys. He was teaching at BC, and when they were on the tear there, he'd come in, get them all hyped up.
Yeah,
isn't it funny?
Yeah.
So
that's great. Are you a big sports fan, Tom?
As I've gotten older, less and less. I used to be a fanatic when I was young.
Yeah.
But I'm still a Steeler fan and still a Pitt fan. Of course, I'm a graduate from USF, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so the Bulls. Whenever I'm torn, whenever the Bulls play the Panthers.
Yeah.
But I still like the Steelers and still watch them. I'm just not as big of a fanatic as I used to be.
Yeah. What's the latest reports on the hockey player, the kid, Sid the Kid?
Sidney Crosby.
Yeah. What's the report? Is he back playing at all?
Out.
No.
That's the big question mark. And the thing is, Sidney Crosby lives in the same community that I live in currently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Mario Lemieux is literally 15 minutes walking distance from where I live.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
so it's too bad, these concussions. It sounds like it's going to be a career-ending thing for him.
Oh my God!
Because he's been out for over a year, right?
Oh yeah, since I think he suffered a hit from Tampa Bay Lightning on the Classic last year.
What a bummer!
January 1st.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And he was he was unbelievable.
Well, almost kind of like a franchise for the league.
Right.
You're talking, just a Gretzky type of star and player, and probably good for the community up there. I would imagine he does a lot of great things for the community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I know that Mario Lemieux took him in when they first drafted him. I think he was 17 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's unfortunate. You could see the difference between the Penguins with and without
Right.
Crosby.
Yeah.
When Crosby came back, I think it was in November. The Penguins turned around immediately, and then when he's gone, they're just not doing that well.
Yeah. So what did you want to look at? Or you had a question on volume, or what?
Well, I got a question on Born, B-O-R-N. I've been watching it.
Okay.
And, I know yesterday it looked like it filled the gap on lighter volume. Is this a good place to step in?
I think so. It came right back to where it broke out. And, folks, what we're talking about is January 10th, you had Born, B-O-R-N. It got up to a high of 340, did 93,000 shares. Came out the next day on January 11th, did 1.3 million shares, gapped up. So the high of the high of the 10th was $3.40, and where it got down to yesterday was it got down to $3.41. And yesterday it was coming down with 319,000 shares. Now that was going in, if you will, to that January 10th time frame with 93,000 shares. But what it was really going into was the breakout. I mean, that's a classic, coming right back to the breakout area.
Yeah.
You know, if you take, in fact, Tom and I were out at dinner with one of the Tigers last night that was doing some work for Tom, and it was great because you were recanting that story about the guy in the armed forces,
right?
You know, who just simply by being patient enough and playing breakouts,
right?
You know, and that's probably one of the best things about watching all of the hours that we do here at TFNN,
right?
You know, because if you're patient in your list, there's always these little nuggets that all of a sudden where you see these breakouts, and you know, if you just simply kept an entire list of those breakouts, and watch them and put it in advanced orders. You know, some of them are going to hit, some of them are not going to hit.
And we're not talking about buying a breakout, folks. We're talking about coming back.
That's
you
right.
let it break, you let it come back to and in this case, you're talking about 341. The stock went up to 488 and come back to 341.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Exactly. So you know, it does. You know, whether is it going to come back and try to tag that 341? You know, it's possible, but that certainly was the buy.
You know, in a way, you can scale into it, Tom.
Yeah.
I mean, you do 3 scales. You know, from here, right back to 341.
All right. That's a good idea. I think, matter of fact, I'm going to place the first order right now, at this point.
Great.
Okay.
Bang! Look at that. 2 million shares. Oh, my God.
All right.
We love it. Hey, thanks for calling in. Appreciate that, Tom, and have a nice weekend.
All right. Thanks.
Hey, because you think you're the only person that is listening, you got 15 minutes. Take a 15-minute walk over to Mario's Lemieux's place and tell him to tune in to TFNN.
Yeah,
Alrighty?
tell him we'll give him some education in the market. He give us some education in the hockey arena.
All right, we'll do.
All right, thank you. Have a great weekend. We'll be right back, folks. You get the Dow up 38, composite flat, S&P's up 4. Be right back.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective and maximize your returns. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks, to 877-927-6648. And one thing that we didn't even talk about yet this morning is the Go Long America Tour. And Tom and I, next Tuesday, we will start the tour. We'll be in Denver, out at the Marriott Tech Center.
Yes.
So we're there from 6:30 to 9. So go to the homepage at tfnn.com. Sign up for that. I know that seats are filling up fast. And then on Wednesday, we're going to be in Spokane. Is it Spokane or Spokane? Do you know the...
Spokane.
Spokane.
I think.
Okay, all right. So we got to make sure we got that one down, Pat. We're going to be in Spokane. That's going to be on Wednesday, February 22nd. We're going to be at the Doubletree Hilton, 6:30 to 9:30. Would absolutely love to meet and greet everyone out there and educate them. It's going to be 3 hours of really, I've been working on my presentation information here for really several weeks. I'm trying to figure out how to compact it all, into 90 minutes. It's going to be fast and furious, that's for sure.
That's
right.
Be
a lot of great information.
2 1.5-hour workshops. That's what you're going to get, folks.
Yeah, and it's going to be great. And then we go over to San Francisco on Thursday. We'll be there at the Intercontinental San Francisco. And then the following weekend, we're in Boston on March the 3rd on a Saturday morning.
9 to 12, right? It's 9 to 12.
9 to 12, yeah. So,
and that's at the Burlington Marriott.
Yeah, so it's going to be a great time. Again, folks, just go over to the homepage at tfnn.com. Sign up for it. If by any chance you sign up and you can't attend, just let us know. Send an email to the office. Give us a call, just so we can make any adjustments to the room sizes and so on and so forth. So if we take a look at the markets here right now, you've got the Dow trading up 30 points. The Dow trading up 30. S&P's up 3. It got the composite down 3.5 points. Small caps up a point. Apple up $2.85. And again, what I still do have on the screen here is Gilead, GILD. That thing is trading down 13% this morning, out at 47.20. If we take a look at what is going on the upside, you've got as far as dollar movers, you've got Priceline, PCLN. That is trading up $5 right now. That's up, on a $576 stock. That's really nothing. So you can see not really much going on there to take a look at. You've got First Solar. That is that's got a little bit of strength in the Qs out there in the Index 100. That did gap up this morning. It's on 2.7 million shares already in the first 26 minutes of trading. And what that's going to try to do, folks, is get into the February 9th swing point. That has 8.2 million shares out there. But, all that is doing is coming in, just fighting the supply line from October 25th. You had a big downdraft, 23 million shares, and, this thing is not going to get much juice. So don't get in the way of First Solar.
Oh, no doubt, man.
No, do not step in.
The sun is not shining over there.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You get gold, we're down 260 there. You get oil up 91 cents at 103.22. And, coming up the next hour, folks, we got a special for you. We got the Nadex Bull and Bear Binary Hour.
I love it.
And so, we're going to be going over, what's going on in the oil market, the gold market, the indices. And
I'm ready to put on a trade on oil. I'm ready to put
on oil.
On.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to take a look at that light sweet crude.
Okay, good.
And we'll put a trade on there.
That'll be a beautiful thing. Right now we're out there at 103.14.
I love it. Yep, I love it. That folks, that is going into 1, 2, 3, 4 different bearish engulfing patterns right in the same level, right in that 103. So I am ready to put on that. It's where you got your back up against the wall. Folks, thanks for being here. Stay tuned. Tom and I will be up next. Then we got Basil Chapman, then Nico DeHaan back here, David White, the warm-up band for the Tom O'Brien Show, 4 to 6. Thanks for being here. We'll see you in just a few.